Hey beautiful people, today I'm here to talk about how speaking skills can affect your promotions and your long-term career success. What if your next promotion wasn't waiting on your performance, but it was waiting on how you're able to speak about it and be seen speaking about it without blowing your own horn? Are your speaking habits helping you lead and helping you be in a leadership position if that's what you want? Or are they actually making you invisible? And if you think promotion is about effort, I invite you to rethink that and realize that it might be about your ability to be able to articulate your vision and your values and your value that you bring to your work. By the end of this video, I want you to be able to understand that speaking is a career skill. It's not just a communication tool. I want to help you recognize that the way you speak about what it is that you do actually significantly enhances your promotability. I want to help you shift from what is referred to as informative speaking to influential speaking. I want to help you identify 3 practices that will help you increase your speaking skills on a daily basis, and also help you have a mindset shift that helps you move away from the idea that says that your voice isn't just about your performance, it's actually an indication of your leadership in action. I think it's fairly common knowledge that strong speaking skills significantly increase your promotability. And I don't want that to freak people out, because strong speaking skills don't have to be you standing in front of a massive audience on a stage with 1,500 people looking at you and lights shining down on you, and I've done that and it's hot and uncomfortable. And I love doing it by the same token. But what I want you to think about it is, how do you improve your speaking skills in small increments over a long period of time? So nobody goes from walking into a job and being really uncomfortable sitting in front of people and talking to people to suddenly being up on stage. I want to help you, I want this video to help you, and other videos that I've done on this topic, I want them to help you understand how to be able to make small incremental improvements in your speaking skills and your communication skills. The communication skills are incredibly valuable in general, and everybody should have them. The speaking skills are going to be the ones that differentiate you, and I want you to be able to help you build those skills. There's some great external data around this. A study by Pearson and the National Association of Colleges and Employers found that 75% of employers cite strong communication skills and strong speaking skills as a critical factor when considering an employee for promotion. So your ability to be able to present your ideas, your ability to be able to convince and influence other people is an absolutely critical skill that we need to help you be able to build, and that'll serve you for the lifetime of your career. Public speaking skills most definitely correlate with increased leadership opportunities. Part of the reason for that is they make you extra visible. So let me give you some examples of where you can get started with some of this. Again, I don't want you to think about that you have to go from sitting in the back row of a team meeting to suddenly delivering the entire thing. One of the ways that you can begin to do this, and one of the ways I got started in it when I got started speaking, and now I do public speaking, but when I got started speaking, I was incredibly uncomfortable in front of a whole audience of people, and I was always nervous and always sweating and always freaking out ahead of time. Now, I think it's reasonable to freak out a little bit ahead of time, because you are doing something incredibly important in terms of your one voice, and there might be 20,000 people listening to you. That requires a lot of respect, a lot of humility, and a lot of deep ability to be able to serve those people and make sure that their time is well spent and that they derive value from what you're talking about. But for now, I want you to start small. So some of the opportunities for speaking begin to look like a sort of ladder of progression. You can go from, I'm simply going to make sure that I ask a question in every single meeting that I go to, so that I get over that super discomfort of people looking at me when I'm talking. One of the ways to do that is to simply say, every meeting I'm going to go into for this week, I'm going to ask a question. It doesn't have to be a brilliant question. It would help if it is. It doesn't have to be a brilliant question. It can just be a question that more than likely 10 other people in the room want to know the answer to. So how many times have you sat in a room and someone's asked a question and you've gone, oh great, I was just going to have to ask that and I really didn't want to. You can be that person just for a week Now, starting tomorrow, you ask a question in every meeting that you're in. Not so that you can be an annoying squeaky wheel, but that you can get over that initial discomfort of everyone looking at you when you speak. Step number 1. Step number 2 is you can then begin to identify where there are opportunities for you to present in front of a very small group. It could be just your own immediate team. Your boss is doing a presentation on a strategy or a plan that you're putting together that you've been involved in. You can offer to talk about one slide in that presentation or one idea in that presentation. That's your next step. And so what you see is you can begin to pick small incremental steps that allow you to build up your comfort in front of the crowd. That's not going to transition you into an international keynote speaker overnight, but it'll get you started on the path of getting comfortable with people looking at you when you're speaking and making sure that you're adding value for them to hear and that it's something that they can appreciate that you contributed into the space that you're working in. There's some nice data on this. Is a survey from Toastmasters revealed that 70% of respondents believe that public speaking skills contributed to their career. So anyone who's gone to the trouble of helping themselves be able to speak in public, and again, public can be a bunch of people who you know and like and who want the best for you. They can be your own immediate team. Just get yourself started in the process. But people are seeing that once they get started in this process, 70% of them agree that it actually had a significant impact on their promotability and on their long-term career advancement. Third thing to think about is that communication skills absolutely lead to career advancement. Now we're moving from talking about speaking skills and public speaking skills to talking about communication skills. Now, obviously, if you're doing public speaking, you need to learn how to be a good communicator. But being a good communicator is something that you can learn without having to put yourself on the stage. So people are recognizing that your ability to be able to communicate an idea, your ability to be able to listen to other people and understand where they're at, your ability to be able to give them examples that resonate with them, your ability to be able to humbly respect and appreciate them. Like right now, I'm frantically thinking of ideas that'll resonate with you, that'll add value for you, because I love that I'm actually able to help people. I love that you guys are deriving value from what it is that I'm doing. I love that you're going to not make some of the mistakes that I make. I love that you're maybe going to get promoted faster than you thought you could. That gives me enormous joy. It's really important to recognize that as you start communicating to other people, what you're doing is you're giving them an opportunity to be able to align with you, to be able to go, yeah, you know what, that matters to me too. Yeah, you know what, that's something I want to contribute to. So what you're doing as you communicate is you're opening doors for people to be able to be their best selves, to be able to be passionate about what they do, to be able to derive joy from their work, to be able to feel self-fulfilled. So if you think about communication not as the rigors of whether or not I'm doing a good job talking to people, but you think about it as a way of engaging with people, as a way of adding value for them, as a way of contributing to their lives, as a way of making their lives better, and at the same time making yours better, because people thanking you for what you do brings us all joy. If you start thinking about communication in that way, you'll find immediately that you're listening to your audience, that you're building empathy with your audience, that you're building empathy maps, cover those in another video, that'll help you understand your audience better, and that you're actually connecting and engaging with them in a much more powerful way than you have done before. That increases your promotability immediately, because fueling other people's passion and interest is a critical part of getting promoted. According to some recent LinkedIn data, communications are among the top soft skills that lead to faster promotions, contributing to an 11% increase in promotion rates. So this is a game worth playing, folks, and it's time to put yourself in a position where you're beginning to practice it. Public speaking skills obviously enhance your visibility and recognition, because hey, you're the one in the front of the room, you're the one on the stage, you're the one who's screwing up and making mistakes, with people watching you and recovering well from them and not being upset about them and not being flustered about them. So cut yourself a lot of slack when you start putting yourself in this position. If you're moving beyond your comfort zone and you're beginning to ask questions in the room, one question a week for every other day of the week, if you're beginning to to present one slide at a presentation that a bunch of other people are listening to, and you make a mistake, you've got to be really kind and patient with yourself while you do that. Otherwise, you're going to make it uncomfortable for everybody else. What I have found is when I screw up, and I do screw up, and I screw up in front of thousands of people, when I screw up, if I laugh about it, if I make light of it, if I apologize about it in terms of how it impacts them, if I recognize that mistakes happen and that we all make mistakes, I make it easier, not just for me, but I make it easier for everyone else. When you make a mistake, other people feel uncomfortable, as are more uncomfortable than you do. If you're able to let it roll off yourself and you're able to laugh about it and you're able to move on and recover quickly, then what you'll find is you bring everyone with you and they don't care, because now you've just made yourself more human, more decent, more kind, more fallible. They can identify with you more powerfully, and you've allowed it to be able to roll off yourself, and you're not committed to being absolutely perfect. If you're committed to being perfect when you're doing public speaking, it'll kill you and it'll make everyone else around you uncomfortable. And if you go through any of the videos and you watch multiple videos that I've done, you'll find the imperfections, and I hope you can laugh at them and let them roll off you the same way I try to. Some great data on this as well is that in Forbes, 70% of employed Americans who give presentations agree that presentation skills are absolutely essential for their work. So again, think of the progression. I'm going to start asking questions in every meeting I go to next week. I'm going to start presenting one slide that's part of a bigger presentation that I've offered to actually be able to be of value, to contribute, and I've been part of the project anyway, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm getting more comfortable in front of people. And then what I'm doing is I'm doing a full presentation that's been something that I've written, that I've practiced, that I know, that I'm aware of, and I'm doing it with people who I know, who I pretty much talk to every day, who appreciate me, who like me, who want me to be successful. So now you've got a positive audience on your side. And then you can begin to move up the path from there. And what you'll see is that pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone and supporting yourself in doing this is a lifelong practice, but it's also something that puts you on the path to more accelerated promotability and better understanding of where you add value in the company, more visibility, and also to lifelong career advancement. As you do this, as you get yourself ready for it, really encourage you to look at the Promotion Readiness Assessment. Link in the comments below. It's also getpromotedassessment.com. When you do it, think of it in terms of, am I pushing the envelope for myself? Where are my communication skills? Where are my public speaking skills? And as you think about those answers, let us know how it works for you. Let me know whether or not this video helped you. Let me know if it's something you want to dive deeper into. And I wish you the absolute best of luck with it. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes humility, but I'm positive that you can be absolutely great at it, and I look forward to it.